My name is Mariam. I escaped from Syria with my children to Lebanon, where I had to live in refugee camps for 3 years. When we arrived in Scotland, I was very relieved, but also very worried about our future. A few months after arriving, I realized that I was getting ill. I couldn't sleep. I felt very guilty about leaving my home, about marrying off my daughters even though they were quite young, and leaving them behind. My heart was pounding and my head throbbed most of the time. I cried a lot. It was like there was a black cloud over me. My support worker gave me a leaflet about ways to maintain good mental health. Through a translator, I understood all the words, but I didn't really understand how I could put these words into action. I remember the conversation I had with Amy, my support worker.
Talk about your feelings.
But in our culture, we don't talk about things like that. We are told we shouldn't complain to anyone except God. We just don't talk about problems.
I understand. It used to be like that in Scotland, and it still is difficult, especially for men. It is sometimes seen as a sign of weakness. When you're worried or scared, thoughts just stay in your head and get worse and worse. Talking about your feelings helps you to understand them.
Yes, they are like a cooking pot with the lid on. If the lid isn't lifted every once in a while, the pot will explode. But who can I talk to? People in my community will see it as a sign of weakness, or they might think that God is punishing me for doing something bad.
You're right, it is difficult. You have to be careful about who you choose to talk to. That person might not be able to solve your problems, only you can do that. But they can stop you from exploding like the pressure cooker. If you have friends you can talk to, that's great. There are free helplines who have trained people. These are people who are there to listen. We can put you in touch with a befriender who will be a friend and a support. For example, you can exercise together. Regular exercise makes you feel good about yourself. It can help you concentrate and sleep better. Keep active.
But I have a bad back, I can't swim, and I'm scared to go jogging in the park or to the gym where there are lots of men around.
I know that it's scary going to the gym, but exercise doesn't have to be difficult. I can help you find some equipment so that you can walk in your house if you don't want to go out. But if you have a befriender, she can go out with you. And walking around the supermarket usually takes me more than half an hour. What kind of foods are you eating?
I like to cook food from my country.
From what I remember, your meals are very balanced. There are lots of different types of vegetables, fruits and grains. Eat well. Your brain needs a mix of nutrients in order to stay healthy and function well, just like the other organs in your body. Too much caffeine, sugar and alcohol are not good for you. I know Islam doesn't permit you to drink, but people often drink alcohol to change their mood. Some people drink to deal with fear or loneliness. Often when the drink wears off, they can feel worse because of the way alcohol has affected their brains and the rest of their body. Drink sensibly. Drinking lots of water throughout the day is good for you.
Sometimes I do feel so lonely and miss my family and friends.
Yes, of course. It must be so difficult to leave people you love behind. Staying in touch with your family and culture is important for your mental health. Keep in touch.
I do video chat with my daughters. It makes me feel better, knowing they are well and safe. I also have a friend, Amina, who lives close by, and we try to see each other when we can.
That's good that she is close by.
We both love art, and my degree was in fine arts. In Syria, I used to do a lot of painting and drawing.
Doing something you enjoy can really help with your mental health. Do something you're good at. Have you thought about painting and drawing here?
I think about it a lot, but sometimes I just don't know where to start, so I end up doing nothing.
You know, Mariam, even though you've had lots of challenges, you have done so well. Sometimes asking for or looking for help can be difficult, but you did that by speaking to the support staff at organisations like Sahelia and Amina. Ask for help.
Problems are always going to stay with us in life, but we need to really think about all the things in our life that give us strength and hope. So these are the tips that I try to follow, and I hope you will find them useful too. Tip 1. Talk about your feelings. Tip 2. Keep active. Tip 3. Eat well. Tip 4. Drink sensibly. Tip 5. Keep in touch. Tip 6. Do something you're good at. Tip 7. Ask for help.